Thank you. Thank you, Mrunalini, for wonderful meditation. Let's go back to the practice, understanding mind. We have learned about store of consciousness and other things like manas, mind, and sense consciousness. We have learned in detail. And now the author is giving, the Khatnat is giving the what is the way of practice. So in that, we are in the first stanza. So let me bring my slides with you. So this in setting. So this cannot. Screen share. Screen one went to that. Sorry. Okay, now is it clear?
Yes, Prasanna, we can see it.
You can see, right?
Yes.
I have some issue if I'm putting the slideshow. You are able to see, so let's continue here. So in the last class, we are trying to see that 41 stanza, right? What is that 41 stanza is talking about? 41st one. Meditation on the nature of interdependence can transform the delusion into enlightenment. Samsara and suchness are not true and they are one and the same. This is where actually we are trying to understand this, and the author has given a poem when the Vietnamese war is happening, right? That he wrote a poem, and there is a one lady who immortaled herself after reading this poem, listened to this poem for twice in the war, and then using her tape recorder, and then she burnt herself, bowing her head without any prejudice to the other people. So that's how we should become. That's what he is saying, right? So we have to interdependence. So she could see the anger on the other person. That's the reason that she is able to excuse it. If you're able to excuse it, it is very hard when an enemy comes and hitting you and killing you. It is very hard to understand that other person and excusing. But what has happened to excuse? If you don't excuse, you will have some prejudice. So when you have some prejudice or an anger on that particular person, you have to take again one more birth in order to take care of it, take care of that whatever that left over in this lifetime, right? So that is the reason anybody, we should not have any grudge. Just excuse them and leave them alone. That's what he is saying. So we already have an empathy. It's not that we do not have any compassion. Suppose if you are walking on the road and talking over a phone, you may step on so many insects or so many things on the road. But whenever you are cautiously, mindfully, whenever you are walking, what will happen when you are trying to step on something, some living thing, then you will just take a side step and go, because that's how we are. We are such a compassionate. We don't want to kill something also. But only thing is we are lacking that mindfulness. Once you are having that mindfulness is there, so every one of us are so compassionate, so we can understand, we can look deeply into everything, and when we are able to look deeply, we can understand. So whenever we are able to understand the other person or anything, then that empathy will come. So empathy will leads to understanding, understanding will leads to love. So this is what it is. But if we are not there, so when we are having a love and compassion, so we do not have any anger or a prejudice. We don't suffer. But in our society, we have a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety, sorrow, despair, and hopelessness that we have. So because of that, because of all these things, we are suffering. Because of all these negative qualities that we are developing, right? We are actually suffering. Once we understand that we are all the interdependent each other, we are nothing but we are interbeing or interdependent on each other, then that compassion will come in our hearts. We will not suppose whenever you are eating the fist of a rice with your hand, when you are mindfully, then you will thank the farmer who worked hard to cultivate that thing, who harvested those grains, right? How much they have to, and they have to work hard in order to get that. We don't know. What our kids know is, oh, where does the rice comes from? Grocery store. That's all they know it, right? So when you are having that, so they feel that they have given money and they are getting it. But when they understand, looking deeply into that, so from where that rice come? From the farmer. From the farmer, where, how does he harvested? From the earth. Well, how does the plants came, those plants with the help of the mud, the earth and sunshine and the water. So all these together only we are able to get the rice. So again, whatever we are getting is only the Panchabhutas. Again, all those 5 elements only. From that only we are getting, and we are able. So when you are actually understanding, when you are looking deeply into that, everything, you will be able to have more understanding. You will not have any misleading. You will have a lot of compassion to with that farmer. So when I actually last year, I think when I went to a fields, because one of my relative is doing some harvesting. So how much they are working hard in order to get the thing, right? When you really see that, you feel so, oh, how much we are wasting, right? We feel that because we bought it, we can waste it. But when you see really there, when the harvesting is going on, how hard work they are doing it, you will not waste a single grain. That much it will be there. So that's a path of practice. You look deeply into anything, then that compassion, gratitude, like just now that we had meditation, we see nothing but gratitude. Everything we see, like everything that we are actually able to be there, every gift that we are having, we feel so much gratitude. So that gratitude will bring you the compassion inside. That compassion will be, our compassion is not coming from outside. The compassion is there, love is there inside, but you are just covered with so many other things. You are covered with the fear, you covered with anxiety, so many other things. Because of that, those things are not coming out. So when you see that thing, so all this love, compassion will come out. So with the love and compassion, when you're filled with love, and when you are so understanding out there, then your eyes are filled with the love, then you will have more understanding. So when you are more understanding, you will be able to look deeply. When you are looking deeply, you will get more awareness of the things. When you are getting the more awareness, you will be more loving, more compassionate. So these are all ultimately, whenever you are having that more understanding or more compassion, so you will be able to illuminate with the light. Your delusion will be gone, and you are transforming your delusion into the enlightenment. That's where the enlightenment is nothing but the deluded mind is samsara. That's what this says. Whatever that we are doing, this is mine, that's mine, this is not yours, this is my kid, that's not my kid, all this is a samsara. So that is with the deluded mind. Whenever you understand, look deeply everything, then what you get is an illumination of enlightenment. When you get the enlightenment, that state is nothing but nirvana. We are transforming our deluded mind into the true mind with the practice of paratantra here. Paratantra means looking deeply into the everything and understanding the interbeing of all things. So do you observe that the rice is coming from the mud, water, and all those things? When you look deeply, when you are able to mindfully keep it there, then you will understand that's nothing but it is coming from all these things. So when you are having that kind of, when you see the things in themselves, the realm of things in themselves, you are able to see. So that time you will have that freedom, right? So whenever you have that kind of understanding, so you feel that everything is interconnected. When everything is interconnected, you will have a lot of wisdom, you feel lot of wisdom. So you feel that you are in the heaven because you have a lot of things. So see, I don't have tomorrow what I should eat. I don't have any problem. I have not tomorrow, even for a month. I don't have any problem. Whatever the groceries I have, that much that. So there are so many people what they have to eat the second meal of the day. Also, they have to struggle. So when you have such a kind of things, when you have such kind of gifts, right? You started looking deeply. When you started looking deeply and try to understand that we are all connected, you will not try to waste the things, and you will try to part your things with the people who are actually in need. Suppose if you see the water and wave, you see this is the water and this is the wave. If you see wave, what is the water it has? It has any again water only. With the force, it is looking like a wave only. So it is seized. When you are looking deeply, the wave is wave. The wave is seized and only the water is there. So which means that it's only one thing is there. So when you are looking deeply, then you will understand that there's no birth and death. There's no birth and death. You will seize yourself from the birth and death. So you look more beautiful, more beautifully the life, because you are seeing all the interdependence. You are seeing that interbeing is there, and there is no coming, no going, no birth, no death, no being and no non-being, no fear. It is only the non-fear is there. So when the non-fear is there, you will not have any problems at all. Then why everybody is getting fear? Oh, tomorrow I may die. So I have to take care of that. I have to take care of this. I have to do. So when there is a no dying, when there is a no, when you say that, suppose the kids were born or we were born, we already know that what as a pure soul, we took this family, we took this partner, we took these are all the things. So when we know, then only we came. That means whenever, how much ever the time that it has to go, it will go. There is no problem at all. Okay, let us live in this moment. So when you are not worrying about the future, there is no problem at all. Today you are good. Only we get worries from the past something happened, or the future something might have happened. So all these things, once you took it off, you will not have you'll not have any problem. Suppose if you see somebody hurt you, or somebody came and said that, oh, you hurt me. They told you hurt me, and you try to give some reply, and he or she didn't give any chance to give you a reply, and he left. He or she left. How do you feel? You feel so bad, because how can he or she say that they hurt because of me? They didn't tell me any reason. They did not give me any chance to give an explanation. You are so angry that day. You are burst, and you feel like you lost your dignity because you didn't get a chance to give a reply, and you suffered a lot. And that day you slept, and next day morning you get up and you brush your teeth, and you forgot something else came, and you started laughing it. So you suddenly, whatever that happened yesterday, it became insignificant today. There's no significance today, because that much impermanence. Things are so impermanent. You are taking it as a permanent, and you are taking onto it. Similarly, everything in this world is so impermanent. We need to see that big picture and visualize that big picture. Hundreds of years, I am existing hundreds of years back, and I'm existing now, and I'm going to exist the thousands of years in future also. So then what is the problem then? Maybe today I'm doing this, and today I'm parent of these 2 kids, and tomorrow I may be parent of the other 2 kids. So that is the thing that we get. When we get it right, imagine when we get that particular thing, that naturally nirvana comes, because that wisdom door will be open. It is the one that it is opening the realm of suchness. You will not be in samsara. When you understand the beauty, the co-rising and nature of reality, then you will not have any problem at all. That is what the first stanza is saying. Samsara and suchness are not 2 different things. They are one and the same. They are the one and the same. Like wave and water, right? The samsara and suchness is also one. When you are in the samsara itself, you can able to find that suchness. When being in samsara itself, you can find the suchness. Let me go to the next one. That is the first stanza in the practice. So I can say that all other 9 things he has given in the first stanza itself. Now he is actually trying to explain one after the other, but everything was given in the first stanza itself. The next one is 41 or 40, 41, yeah, 42. Garbage, flower and garbage. Even while blooming, the flower is already in the compost and the compost is already in the flower. Flower and compost are not two. Delusion and enlightenments are inter. So, by just without being explained, without I being explained, you can understand that flower, while blooming the flower is already in the compost. So, what do you mean by that? Suppose the flower is already in the compost and suppose the flower bloomed and then it became dried up and so then what you will say, you'll put it in the compost or it will go into the land as a compost, isn't it? So similarly, all your garbage and compost, you'll make it and you keep it in the thing. In those also, all the flowers you may be keeping it, that you are keeping it as a compost, which means from the compost the flower is coming, from the flower the compost is going. Okay, even while blooming, the flower is already in the compost. The flower is already in the compost because it came from the compost only. And now it is becoming the flower and then it may go. So here the compost is already in the flower. So they are not two separate things. Similarly, the delusion and enlightenment are inner. Both are inter. You cannot, without delusion, oh, I wasted my lifetime without understanding this. Many people will say whenever they come to the meditation, right? Oh, they say, oh, I wasted all these years. No. You have not wasted any years because yes, like a life and death. Yeah, you have not wasted any years because without understanding, without living that a deluded life, you will not understand what is an enlightenment. So you should understand, you should live in that life. Everything is an experience here. So once you understand that, then only you will be able to understand what is that enlightenment. The process of construction, fueled by the deluded mind, implants the seeds of misconception and illusion with our conscious. These seeds germinate and give rise to the intricate web suffering known as samsara. The samsara is characterized by the perpetual cycle of birth, death, and rebirth given by ignorance, attachment, and aversion. As we navigate this cycle, we encounter the various forms of suffering, dissatisfaction, and the turmoil of perpetuating the cycle of delusion. This is what he is trying to explain using this flower, and by construction with this fuel mind, our mind is a deluded mind. So what we are implanting in the we are in the illusion. So we are in the illusion of this consciousness. This is separate, that is separate, you are separate, mine, I am separate, this is mine, that is not mine. So this kind of ignorance or this kind of illusion we are in. So that illusion only we are keeping in our mind. That illusion only our parents have kept. So you are my daughter, you need to study well, you need to get well. So they have seen separate some kind of thing, right? That illusion we are again keeping into that. So whenever you are keeping that illusion, so people think that you are separate from the others. But when those seeds are germinate and gives rise to the, so when those seeds are, so the problem comes, oh, this is mine, that is mine. Whenever there is a problem, there is a big thing is there. So eat whenever you are hungry. Eat whenever you are hungry. So you need not worry about it. There is something that is kept. So nobody will come and save it. So they will eat how much ever that day they're hungry and they'll come back and so everybody can eat. The problem here is, so we are hungry today and eating and we are saving for our kids. So much from 5 generations, 6 generations we are saving. So when you are greedily, when we are saving it up, others who are not able to get them, they are suffering, right? So why? Because you are thinking that only your kids are your line of thing, only the yours. You are not thinking everybody else are yours or everybody else is it. They are all interbeing, they are all interdependence. Once you understand, then you will, because of that, this is mine, this is the thing, then whenever you are planting that seeds, what you will be getting it, the perpetual cycle of birth and death will come. That is where the suffering of web of suffering is coming. So because whenever I say this is mine and I have to take care, that is where the suffering is coming. Whenever that is not there, the suffering will not come. So the birth, death, and rebirth driven by how it is driven by ignorance, because you are ignorant of the things that everybody is the same, and you are attached yourself so much and aversion. So we navigate this cycle, the various forms of suffering, dissatisfaction, all the turmoil is coming. All the turmoil is coming up. That is the first sentence that he is saying. And next, however, there exists an alternative path. What is the path? The path of fulfilled. Okay, I'm satisfied. There are so many gifts that I have got. I'm so happy. So the path of fulfilled, or path of wisdom. The fulfilled mind, free from the shackles of delusion, opens the doorway to the realm of suchness, ultimate reality. Suchness is an essence as they truly are, behind the conceptualization and destruction. It is the realm of absolute truth and devoid or illusion of conditional existence. This is where we need to go. So the flower and garbage example that he has given is the same, right? So when the flower and garbage, when they are same, when you are able to understand, so that is when you are same, flower is coming from garbage, garbage is coming, flower is going back to the garbage again. So whenever your garbage is made up of those flowers and all, then however, similarly our vegetable garden also, vegetable waste also, you could keep all the vegetable waste and keep it in a box and then go and put it in your backyard. So what it is happening actually, again those vegetables are going as a compost to your backyard, the earth, and from there all the plants are coming again, all the vegetables. So the vegetables are there in the compost, and in the vegetable, the compost is there. So both are actually interdependent. They are inter-are. So when you understand that, you are so fulfilled. That is the path of wisdom. Free from the shackles, so that there won't be any delusion. That time you will realize that realm of suchness. You will see things as things in themselves, ultimate reality. So this is an essence. This is the true essence of the life. So beyond this distortion or a conceptualization, right? This is the true mind. With the true mind you can think, and this is the realm of absolute truth, and there is no delusion here. So next, by cultivating, so once you got that wisdom, so by cultivating this wisdom and realizing the nature of suchness, you understand what is the nature of suchness. We liberate ourselves from the confines of samsara. We liberate ourselves from the confines of samsara. So we liberate. So samsara is there. You will still be in that, but you will not get attached. You will be able to perform your duties, but you will not get you will not attached. Wisdom illuminates, because your mind is illuminated. You understand that wisdom illuminates the inherent interdependence and impermanence of all phenomena. You understand everything is so impermanent. So when you understand everyone is interdependent, then you will be able to love all the kids around you in the same way that you love your kids. Okay, you love all the people around you the way that you love yourself. Simple as that. Someone is doing something, you didn't like it. The only good thing that you can learn is don't do that to somebody else, right? So in that case, because if you think that, oh, I can do it, then that's the problem. So he did something, so I can hit him back, or I can say something back him, then you are actually suffering. Then that person is suffering, right? So you let us not. If you are able to do that one, that is what actually you will be able to understand the interdependence, leading to the delusion of ignorance and cessation of suffering. Once you understand this, it leads to the delusion of ignorance and cessation of suffering. There won't be any suffering. In this state of realization, the transcend the limited, deluded mind into in the liberation, experiencing the boundless freedom of peace, boundless freedom and peace of enlightenment. Once you got it, once you understand everybody are interdependent, everybody came from the same consciousness. The consciousness I was came from, the tree is coming from that, the animal is coming from that, you are coming from that, every one of us are coming from that. You will not feel something so different. You say that, suppose you are a doctor, then you say, oh, in this lifetime I came to serve others. So somebody else is a teacher. So in this lifetime I came to teach others. So everybody, they will not distinguish so much, because that has the freedom, that has that boundless enlightenment is there with them. Then the flower and garbage. So that is the essence of it, right? So the flower and garbage is, I already gave you. If there is a no ignorance here, what is saying is, don't think that if there is ignorance, don't think that it's a problem. If there is ignorance, from ignorance only the awakening comes. It doesn't mean that without anything, then all of a sudden you will become an enlightened person. There should be some ignorance, there should be something, then you will understand this is not it, this is not it, then you will go into the thing. You cannot say that I don't want this birth and death. You cannot say that. In the birth and death cycle, in this lifetime, what I have to learn, what I can give back to the society. I'm taking so much thing from the society, what I can give back. Co-rising. When you understand this interdependency and co-rising, then you will not run away from birth and death. If you run away from birth and death, it will not happen anything. You should not run away. But you should be there in that and look deeply into that, understand, so that you will not caught into that. You cannot throw away, I want this, I don't want this. You have to understand that. You should not run away from anything in order to get something else. There is nothing like you are attaining. Everything is within you. You are just leaving all the things. Then the attainment, the enlightenment is there within you. That is already there. That is the supreme consciousness. That we came from the supreme consciousness. So we are unnecessarily, we attached ourselves with so many things. When you started leaving everything, the ultimate thing that is there is only that supreme consciousness. Ignorance and awakening are interdependent. Nirvana can only be found in the world of birth and death. Nirvana, how you can, why actually one has to come in this birth and death? Because nirvana comes only from this, then only you will be able to do it. Suppose the thirst of muddy water. Okay, suppose he's saying you are so thirsty, but somebody you asked for it because you badly want a water. Somebody gave you a glass of water. So what you will say, oh, this is the glass of water that is so muddy. Do you say that, oh, that's a muddy water, I don't want? You are really dying for the water, the thirsty. When somebody gave you the muddy water, what you will say, what you will do? You wanted to drink, or you will just keep it for a while to settle down. So once that mud got settled down, you can drink the top water, right? So that is how our life is having all that. Let it settle down. Once you settle down, then you will get that enlightenment. We have to accept all our life. We have to accept our mental formations. Suppose if my mind is thinking like that, there is some problem with my mental, accept it and then look deeply into it and then transform it. It's not that we all born with a wisdom. No, we will have our own things. We will have our own flaws. But whenever you look deeply into that flaw, why it came, how it came. Suppose you are jealous about somebody. Why that jealous came? You just think about yourself. Work on that. Then you can leave that jealous. It is not that nobody is having. We are all selfish people to some extent. But why we are getting that selfishness, right? That's where you need to look deeply and then transform that. Anything you should not reject in your body, mind, or anything. Don't reject them. Accept it that you have it. Then you try to transform it. Don't reject, don't run away from them. Anything. You can never succeed. So there is no escapism here. We can only transform what you have. So we should accept the present moment. Suppose if tomorrow, if I want to become a better, accept the present moment. If something I am suffering, what I am suffering in order to, so look deeply into that perspective and you have that capacity to transform your circumstances. When you look deeply, you have that capacity to transform. So you cannot say that, oh, I am not looking, I don't want this. You first accept it. Okay, today I am suffering. Why I am suffering? What is the problem? Accept, look deeply, then you will be able to do it. If your mind is weak, right, you cannot quickly, you will not practice. So you have to practice mindfulness so that you will get that energy. Here he says that whatever you do it mindfully. When we keep the seeds of mindfulness, that loving kindness, understanding, joy will come. So automatically, this is the fuel you'll be getting it. Mindfully, whatever you are doing, suppose you are cooking, keep the entire mindfulness there. How the taste will come, what ingredients I can keep it. Not like watching something in your phone or watching the TV, then cooking. Not like that. Just keep it. So whatever you are doing, right? So you will be able, because those are all the seeds that you are actually keeping it. Whenever you are keeping those seeds, you keep it with mindfully, then you will be able to understand, or then you will be able to do. That is what here the second stanza, the flower and garbage, is saying. The last one, because last one also I can complete in 5 minutes, because it is all the same thing, like interbeing. It's nothing but the new one. It's an interbeing. Don't run away from birth and death. I already explained. Don't run away from birth and death. Just look deeply into your mental formations. When the true nature of interdependence is seen, the truth of interbeing is realized. So, but don't run away. So I cannot say, oh, I don't want this birth and death. Don't run away. You need to be there. You need to understand. Then only you will be able to do that. Look deeply from the birth to death. What is that? So where you are depending? What are the energies that you are having? We need how you can basically how you can come out of this birth and death. All these things you can see. So how is this thing? So individuals not to avoid or evade the fundamental realities of birth and death. You cannot avoid this thing. Instead, it encourages the introspection and contemplation of one's mental processes and formations. By delving deeply into the workings of the mind, individuals can uncover insights into the interconnectedness and interdependencies inherent in all aspects of existence, for everything. This is what from the beginning the author is saying. When you delve deeply, you will be able to understand interconnectedness and interdependence. When you understand these things, then this is the fundamental concept. When you understand these things, you will not feel like running away from this. You will enjoy the present moment. The phrase mental formations, what is that mental formations is talking? Refers to the thoughts, emotions, whatever that we are having, right? Thoughts, emotions, perceptions, and sensations that arise in our mind. Rather than simply reacting these mental phenomena, the passage encourages individuals to investigate them with the mindfulness and awareness. Though this introspective inquiry, one can gain the deeper understanding of the true nature of the reality. So when you understand, that's what I told you, right? When you get some envy or something jealous, then try to accept it that you got it. No, I didn't get it. No, you got it. You know that feeling, whether you expressed it or not, you know that feeling, right? Whenever you got that one, first accept it. That is your mental formation. Okay, when you are happy, you are able to say, I'm so happy, let's party. So similarly, when you are sad, when you got these things, first accept it. Then why you got it. Then work, transform that into that delusion into the illumination. The delusion, from the diluted mind to the true mind, you just taught it. Mental formation, that is done, right? So I did. By cultivating the awareness, how you can get interdependence, individuals, all the things, that's how you can do that. 5 powers. Here he is saying the 5 powers. This is so important. Let us see that 5 powers. What are those 5 powers? First is faith. Faith in what? Faith in, those people did it so much and meditation and they are able to get into the nirvana. I cannot get into that suchness. I'm so entangled in the world. So do not actually presume yourself. You have faith that you can possibly touch that nirvana. You, in this lifetime itself, you can liberate. In this lifetime itself, you can attain that illumination. You can get that awakening. You can go to that suchness. So have that faith. First power is you need to have the faith. There is a possibility, there is a chance that you can attain nirvana in this lifetime itself. I must have done so much things. That's why my life is like that. I cannot attain the nirvana. No. Anybody, human being has given a chance that you can make this lifetime, you can understand everything in this lifetime and make this as a last lifetime, right? So that you have it. Faith leads to energy. So once you have that faith, it leads to energy. So I have a faith that I can do it. Let's do it. That energy will come. So that the faith leads to energy, which is the second power. That energy is your second power. So without faith and energy, we will get tired. Because whenever you're doing something you're not interested, you feel tired. But you have a strong faith that you can win the race and you have that energy, automatically that energy comes. When you are doing with the faith and energy, you will win that. Anything, you will win it, right? So that is when we have the confidence. in our capacity. When we have confidence of our capacity, that awakening, and the faith is awakened, then that is the understanding of Buddha. We transform our energy into the mindfulness. So when we understand, we transform our energy into the mindfulness. We do each and every. Suppose there is an exam. See, as a kid, you must have noticed this one, right? So previously you learned that lesson so many times, but you never understood. But before the exam day, you are studying everything. You feel like, oh, I understood this. You'll get why? Because you feel you kept so much concentration there, because there is a lot of mindfulness you kept on that day. That is why that's the third power. When faith is there, when the energy is there, then you will put a lot of mindfulness. That is the third power. What is the fourth power? When there is a mindfulness, there is a concentration. When there is a mindfulness, you will concentrate more. That's the fourth power. Fourth power is concentration. When we live in the mindfulness, everything takes place in the concentration and looking deeply. You are so engrossed and you are so concentrated. So you look deeply into that and you are able to grasp much. With the strong and steady concentration, we can continue to see the nature of interbeing of things within and around us. Within us and around us, you are able to see that one. When it is a weak, we can only see for short time. When our concentration is very weak, right? That's when you can see that's very short time. But when your concentration is so great, when you are able to see the great, then that particular interbeing, you are able to see that one, and you are able to feel that everybody is the same. Everybody is the same, and you will see that is nothing but the kingdom of God. That's what you'll see. That's nothing but the kingdom of God that is there within us. The kingdom of God is there within us. We awake ourselves. Otherwise be caught up. When you are actually, your mind is weak, we caught up the idea of permanence. Even though today you say that, oh, that everybody is my kids, and tomorrow, oh, no, my kid, I need to do that. So we are coming back to the permanence. You have to go to that non-permanence thing, right? So when you go to that non-permanence thing, so when you are touching, so what is that fifth one? That is when our concentration is great, it leads to the fifth power, that is understanding. You will understand the things. With the understanding, we don't spend time dreaming for future. Okay, or dwelling into the past. We don't dream for the future, or we don't. What we will do, we will be living today. We will be living today. We understand the things, and we will be living today only. That's what it happened. With the one mindful step, we enter the realm of suchness. That means you understand things clearly. That is the kingdom of God. Generating the energy from the mindful is essential for the practice. So here he is saying that you are generating energy. Every minute you are mindful. Suppose when you are doing one particular thing, when you put all your senses, mind, manas, everything on that, you will not get tired, because when you are saying, you feel a lot of satisfaction when oh, I did it so great. That feeling you will get it. So whenever you are getting that one, then you will filled with energy. So that mindfulness. So how you can give energy? Be mindful. Not only concentrating on the breath, you will be getting energy. Similarly, whatever that you are doing, if you can concentrate, you will get that energy. The energy of mindfulness helps us to live life deeply. Meditation helps us. What it helps? Meditation helps us to obtain insight. Despite our misunderstanding and ignorance, brings the love, acceptance, and joy. So once you are meditating, then what it is despiting your ignorance and misunderstandings and all those things, and it will give you the love, acceptance, and joy. It will give you. We have to concentrate in the present in order to touch the flower. So in order to see the flower, you have to concentrate the flower. Then only you will see that what are the interbeings, that the water is there in that, and the mud is there in that. So in that beautiful flower, you can see all the 5 elements. So when you live mindfully, everything reveals nature is interbeing only. What is the technique? What is the technique of interbeing? Technique is impermanence and non-self. These are the two doctrines that we always has to remember. Impermanent, nothing is permanent in this world. So you just come, go, like that. There's no, don't caught up with that permanence. And these are the instrumentation for the meditation. These are the instrumentation. So we already, fortunately, we already got that instrument. We already have the instrument. Suppose somebody give you a hammer. If you keep there, if you are doing a puja, nothing will happen. Right? Somebody give a hammer, you should know how to use it. That is the utility tool that somebody gave you. Similarly, our Guruji has given the meditation as a tool for every one of us. So we need to use that tool in order to go for the realm of suchness, in order to go from ignorance to from ignorance to enlightenment. So only when you use this one, right? Only when you use this tool to understand, to insight, to go into the suchness, then only we are, otherwise we are just keeping that meditation or just closing our eyes for 10 minutes and then coming back, or 1 hour we are coming back. We are not applying those principles in our life, then there's no use at all. So we have the tool. Fortunately, we all have the tool. Let us use it. Thank you. So with that, I conclude 43 Interbeing. Sorry, I went over a couple of minutes, but yeah, if there is any questions on this, I can take it up.